Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, dear participants. So thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Malika. I'm a senior manager of the Department of Enrollment Management. And today, our professor from the School of Science and Humanities, Andrei Filchenko, will present you today's topic. The name of the topic is differences between science and humanities. And also, I would like to mention that this is the webinar of Nazarbayev University. Nazarbayev University is located in the capital of Kazakhstan, in Astana city. We have more than 7,000 students, and more than 200 students are international students. Nazarbayev University was established in 2010, and the language of instruction is English. So, dear Professor Antoshchenko, thank you for joining us, and now the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, Malika, for introductions, and I'm happy to welcome you to this webinar. The title of the webinar is indeed the differences between sciences and humanities and social sciences in our programs at the School of Sciences and Humanities of Nazarbayev University. But I will have a secondary title as well. And I hope in our conversation we will interestingly review both of these titles, differences between sciences and humanities, but also how does it relate to professions of the future and how different skills that we are going to be discussing plug into the expectations of the job market, if you will. Right. This presentation is authored by our dean, Professor Gonzalo Hortelano, and myself. So I will speak on behalf of both of us. Also, because our dean, Professor Gonzalo Hortelano, represents sciences, and I represent humanities and social sciences. So this is not an incidental co-authorship. Let me start with a brief description of the background of myself, but also of our dean. Why? Well, because it gives you a very good idea of who are the faculty of our school and of our programs, because these profiles are very similar to other of my colleagues. Right? So as far as I'm concerned, in the upper right corner, you can see a brief account of my academic history. I was born and raised in Siberia in Russia, just about on the map where the word Russia is, slightly north of Kazakhstan, if you can see. I started my academic preparation in Russian, and I was specializing in foreign languages. Then I continued into master's and PhD program in Texas in the US, where I received my PhD in linguistics. And I continued in a sequence of postdoctoral positions and early career researcher positions across the world, in Hungary, in Scotland, in Edinburgh, in Tokyo, in Japan, and in Hamburg, in Germany, until finally 10 years ago, I arrived to Kazakhstan, to Nazarbayev University, the new university, the very ambitious university where I have been working since then. In the lower left corner, you can see a brief account of the academic career of our dean, Dr. Gonzalo Hortelano, who was born in the Basque Country in Spain and then received his first degree in South Africa in Johannesburg, and then he continued into his graduate programs in Australia and worked for 20 years as a professor in one of the leading Canadian universities, McMaster, until 12 years ago he arrived to Nazarbayev University in Kazakhstan. So you can see from our two career paths, and like I said, it's very similar to many of our colleagues, that we are very international and we value international exposure and diversity of academic backgrounds and ideological, so to say, backgrounds. And ideological, I mean, in the context of science, right? So the faculty of the School of Sciences and Humanities come from over 50 countries, right? The number of the professorial staff is over 200 at our school, and we all come from different countries originally, but also we all have very diverse backgrounds, and we value this, and that's why we are extremely focused on maintaining our international profile, both in terms of our faculty, but also in our students. We appreciate and welcome students from very diverse backgrounds because we value their input in academia, in thinking, in cultural outlook of our university, and in terms of what they bring to our programs, right? And this is a very funny slide, but it's a very important slide that was prepared by our dean. And the question here is, what are the professional kind of profiles that you are looking for in the future? So why are you taking the academic path of preparation? What is your vision professionally, right? And of course, it's a very important question that's been asked for forever, right? And the typical, perhaps not necessarily most optimal answer is, well, it's something that ensures, prosperity, certain level of living, which is all good, but the other half of it is something that you have to appreciate and you have to like it on a personal level, something that gets you up in the morning. And if you, most of you are probably familiar with this concept of ikigai, which was developed in Japan. And this is a coincidence that all of us have to strive for. The coincidence of our passion, our aspirations in life, but also a professional career. So ideally, we all need to strive to balance something that we really like doing, that we have interest and passion for, and hopefully something that brings us professional growth and also social and kind of financial prosperity, right? And this is not an abstract discussion. This is a discussion that serves to answer a question that many students have. What is the profession that I should choose? What is the profession that will be most trendy in 5 years or in 7 years, depending on where you want to go in terms of your academic preparation. Undergraduate programs are typically 4 years long at our university, and if you want to continue into master's program, for example, you have to plan for another 2 years. But the answer has to be, regardless of what is trendy or what is considered to be paying well at the moment, the answer has to be, what is ikigai for your particular case? What is the lucky coincidence of passion, enjoyment, but also nice financial remuneration, right? And in this respect, another question that is related to the first question is, what do employers expect? What do people who will give you a job tomorrow will expect of you? Or, for example, if you plan to grow career-wise, to grow professionally, what will bring you the edge that will guarantee you professional development, right? And I mean, I can as well ask you this question. Is anyone in the audience able to uh, respond to that? So what are the main expectations of employers at the job market? Anyone in the audience cares to answer that?
Yeah, I think dear professor you can continue.
Right.
Maybe,
Not yet.
yeah,
Not
not
yet.
yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
I hope you will be able to come up with questions as we go forward. Well, actually, skills. Yes, Matpal, thank you. Skills. Yes, exactly. Uh, and there are different kinds of skills, obviously, right? But whenever there are other surveys of employers and big companies in terms of what are their expectations in their employees, this is the list that usually comes up. And you can see, not incidentally, the first is communication skills or soft skills. Aida says level of education, correct, Aida, but education in what, right? So education meaning ability to demonstrate the skills or apply the skills. You can see problem solving is very important, high up on the list, but also team player, right? Are you able to work with other people and communicate with them? Are you adaptable? Yes, Malika, decision making, precisely, right? Are you able to analyze information and make a decision for your company, for yourself to move on, right? But you can also see on the list ethics. You have strong work ethics or personal ethics, which speaks to next issue, dependability. Can people rely on you, right? This is personal and professional ethics. Are you able to deliver if people rely on you, right? Also, it speaks to team player, emotional intelligence, and interpersonal skills, working with other people, able to talk to other people, to communicate with them, right? Uh, and then we see again integrity and honesty. It's slightly different formulation of what we've heard already. But you can see further down the list, analytical and quantitative skills are more and more in demand. Analyzing data, how to quantify information, how to make it available for statistical analysis or mathematical modeling, right? And then leadership skills, right? And leadership skills are a complex notion in itself, right? Because they include many of the skills that we already list above, analytical, but also interpersonal, communication, ability to delegate, but also ability to be reliable. And you can see number 13, the magic number, willingness to learn, right? Are you going to be open to learn new things as you go forward, right? Not to fossilize, not to become rigid in your knowledge, but always be open to learning new things. And there is a skill to it, right? It's a skill. You have to be able to learn. You have to know how to learn new things very efficiently, to internalize information and then put it to use, to apply it, right? I mean, things like creativity and innovation, right? Are you able to soak in whatever is new development and apply it to your practice, right? I mean, we're all familiar with explosive growth of AI technologies and applications these days. For the last 2 years, it's everywhere. Are you able to rapidly internalize this and find ways to apply it to your everyday functions, right? So these are the key skills the employers have identified for potential job seekers. If you can see here, there is no mention of something professionally specific, right? Because we don't know what is going to be the profession that is going to be in most demand in 5 years and especially in 10 years. Some of the professions that appeared in the last 2 years, we didn't know about them 5 years ago. So essentially, if you consider that your bachelor program is 4 years long, to some extent, you don't realize what is going to be the profession that will be most in demand by the time you start your education. So you cannot train for a profession that doesn't exist or you don't know about it. What you can train for is to develop these skills, which will prepare you for any challenge and any professional expectations that are coming in the future. So again, if I put a question to you, what is the most fashionable and in demand profession right now, right? And anticipating your answer, you may have read about it or you may have guessed, one of the really important professional skills now is to develop very good prompts for AI, for ChatGPT, for example. Because writing a good prompt is a skill. To develop an efficient prompt, a question to ChatGPT or other AI, generative AI applications, is a skill, right? Who would have known 2 years ago that this is a profession or that this is a popular profession or fashionable, demanded profession? No one, because nobody even knew about what ChatGPT or AI applications are some 3 years ago. So this is a good demonstration to you that you have to be envisioning not a profession in the future, but a set of skills that you will require, right? And that is precisely what we are doing at the schools, at our school, when we design our programs. We try to offer to our students the skills that are going to be transferable. In other words, that are going to be useful in any professional challenge, whatever it is in the future. So an important element of NU graduate attributes, or in other words, expectations that we put to all our students, to any student of NU, they include in one way or the other these skill expectations, right? To be intelligently agile, curious, creative, open-minded, right? To be decision maker, right? To be entrepreneurial, right? To be a nuanced communicator in different cultures and in different languages. To be cultured and tolerant citizen of the world, right? To know other cultures and to be tolerant to differences. To have high personal integrity, but also to have in-depth and sophisticated understanding of different domains of study or different sciences and different uh, disciplines, right? So you can see how it is reflected in our general expectations. So how does it all translate to individual programs and how our faculty are trying to develop these skills and expectations in our students, right? A very important element of all our programs in sciences, but also in humanities and social sciences, is research integration. We are a research-intensive university. Nazarbayev University is recently ranked in top between 400 and 600 universities of the world, depending on the discipline, right? And our scholars, our faculty, are many of them among the most cited scholars in the world, right? And they publish in the top journals of the world. So you can see just a few examples here for this year, 2024. Nature of Physics, or Nature Physics, Nature Scientific Data, Science Advances, Physical Review, Advanced Materials. So these journals are the top journals in the world that exist for these sciences. To publish in this journal is kind of like participating in Olympic Games and win. So you see that many of our scholars publish in these journals, which means the research that they're doing is the cutting edge of the global level scientific research. So you can see that some of our scholars publish on biochemistry and cancer studies, but also in archaeology and cultural anthropology, the bottom image, right? And important element of this message is that in many, many cases, these projects, these publications involve our students. You can see that 450 students were engaged in research in 2024. And in many cases, the top journal publications involve students as participants and sometimes as co-authors. Uh, One of your remarks to me can be, well, of course, you are a part of the university, you are a part of the school. Of course, you will be celebrating the successes of the school. Is it objective? Is it subjective? Well, let me offer you an opinion of a renowned global scholar from the US, right? Professor John Rogers, who was visiting Nazarbayev University in September this year, just a few months ago. And he is a member of pretty much anything in the US, Academy of Science, Academy of Medicine, Engineering. So he's in short, he's a top scholar of United States of America in sciences. After visiting NU, he said, I'm blown away. It far exceeds my expectations. The university infrastructure is as impressive as anywhere in the world in the US. It improves rapidly. It has strong international faculty, right? It's a foundation of a world-class research university, right? So these are the comments of somebody who is not part of Nazarbayev University and who visited Nazarbayev University for for reasons of trying to explore if there is a potential for collaborative projects or collaborative research. So in short, objectively, Nazarbayev University is one of the leading universities in many disciplines globally and definitely a leading research center in Central Asian region and in Eurasia in general. So going uh, into the details of our programs, right? Uh, the School of Sciences and Humanities is the biggest school at Nazarbayev University, right? We have not only the largest amount of faculty, but also the largest amount of students who study at Nazarbayev University. And you can see here on the slide that they can provisionally divide all the majors, all the bachelor programs that we offer into two groups. The top group, biology, chemistry, mathematics, and physics, are of course so-called STEM disciplines or sciences, sometimes called hard sciences, right? And the bottom group, anthropology, economics, history, political science and international relations, sociology, world languages, literatures and cultures. These are the so-called social sciences and humanities. So you can see how our school offers the whole range of programs at the bachelor level, spanning as sciences or scientific disciplines, so also as humanities and social sciences. So across all of these programs, we currently have almost 2,500 students across these 10 programs. And what we also like to say is that Nazarbayev University is the English language university, and the School of Sciences and Humanities is an English medium or English language school. What we are also saying that the second language of our school is mathematics. What does it mean? Well, it means that we are also trying to forward the idea of interdisciplinarity and appreciation of application of strict scientific principles across all disciplines, sciences, social sciences, and humanities. And mathematics finds application everywhere in all of these disciplines, right? And that's why one of the organizing principles of our academic programs is the so-called core curriculum. That is an expectation that all students of the university take a certain amount of courses across all the disciplinary domains. So all our students, regardless of their major, take computer programming basics, mathematics basics, entrepreneurship basics, but also base courses in humanities, in ethics, in the history of Kazakhstan, and Kazakh language, and uh, in other humanities and social sciences, right? So why is this important? Well, we already mentioned it. Most of the current advances in science, in technology, in jobs are at the interface of various disciplines. So we already mentioned artificial intelligence. If you are asked what actually is artificial intelligence, well, the answer is, well, it's an interface across such disciplines as, of course, computer science, but also mathematics, because there's statistics and modeling and data management involved, but also what is the most common application of artificial intelligence these days? Well, it's ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is generative large language model, LLM, right? So you can see obvious application or interface with languages, with human language and linguistics and corpus linguistics and computational linguistics, right? So you can see how most of the most interesting developments are at the crossroads or at the cross section of multiple disciplines, right? And that's why we oblige to all our students to take computation or computer programming as well as math. And many of our students are also pursuing statistical methods and quantitative methods regardless of their research aspirations or disciplinary inclinations, right? So we emphasize interdisciplinarity and application of technical skills across the board, including humanities and social sciences, right? Uh, what, if I ask you, what is going to be the measure of quality of any program, academic program at the university? How do you measure that this university provides high quality education? Right? Anticipating your answers, I can say, well, perhaps the measure of success of a certain educational program is where do the graduates go after they graduate? So what kind of jobs do they find? What kind of further academic path do they find when they finish the programs? And this is one example. The graduates of the program in economics, it's one of the largest programs in social sciences at our university, at our school. They go to the big four, right? The big consulting companies that are globally the top companies. Deloitte, Ernst& Young, KPMG, Price Waterhouse, right? And then further big consulting companies, McKinsey, Boston Consulting, right? Bain and Company. They also go to the biggest energy companies, such as Chevron, right? Total, also the biggest banks, both internationally and nationally here in Kazakhstan, right? And further big private companies you can see in the list. They also go to international organizations such as UN, World Bank, right? And we even have a special program in collaboration with National Bank of Kazakhstan for our students in economics. Uh, Across the board, across the range, the sciences, for example, mathematics program graduates, again, they go to the big companies where the quantitative and statistical skills are required. Banks, big internet giants like Meta, right? And then, of course, anywhere where you need data processing, computer modeling, data computing, and so on and so forth. But they also continue their education in the top leading universities of the world, such as Stanford, Oxford, Columbia, the ETH, Zurich, and so on and so on. This is by far not a complete list. If you're interested, you can further check the statistics, but approximately half of our students continue into the graduate programs around the world, and another half go to the job market, about 45% in each category. And yeah, so this is a very good indicator as far as university programs are concerned, right? Apart from traditional list of disciplines and majors that you've seen the list of, we are also constantly working on developing new programs. So, for example, last year we introduced quantitative finance, and this is the interface of economics and math and statistics. We are also working on such new programs as data analytics for sciences and data analytics for social sciences and humanities, where students are offered in-depth expertise within each discipline, for example, in economics, but, or let's say physics, but also very, very strong preparation in statistics and quantitative methods, so that they could have, again, very important skills to apply them in whichever professional domain they can be open to, right? So, for example, in biology, you can analyze large data sets of biological data to understand a spread of disease, which is particularly prescient since we all remember a very recent global pandemic of COVID-19. So how do you analyze a lot, global amounts of biological data to make analysis of the spread of disease in a very detailed manner, right? Or how do you work on computer modeling, mathematical modeling of new drugs? How do you develop new drugs without the need, or in initial stages at least, without the need of testing it on live organisms? Right, and I already mentioned that similarly, you can apply digital or quantitative methods and statistical modeling to social sciences and humanities. I already mentioned to you large language models, which are the interface of statistics, computer programming, and language. But you can also apply uh, large data analysis to analyze economic processes, political processes, social and demographic processes, and so on and so forth. So you can see how mathematics and statistics are the second language across all disciplines in the School of Sciences and Humanities of Nazarbayev University. Right. We're also working on new programs in international relations, which is a very interesting disciplinary field. So we are now developing in early stages of development of joint international programs with partner universities in the United Kingdom, in the US, where students will have an opportunity to spend semester at the partner university to work on a dual degree diploma or a joint degree program uh, on, for example, international relations, diplomacy, global studies, and so on and so forth. So, in short, we are constantly working to develop new programs that answer the challenges that appear, that emerge at the modern job market. Right. So, uh, in terms of technical requirements, okay, yeah, this is, sorry, this is a little bit of statistics for you for the first 10 years of our university. And you can see on the left side the top universities of the world where our bachelor graduates go to continue their education. This is basically who's who in the university education of the world, right? Uh, European, US, Ivy League, the most prestigious universities in the world are places where our graduates go to. But also on the right hand side, you can see the top companies in the world where our graduates go to find jobs. And uh, it's an evidence and proof of the quality of the education and the approach to education that Nazarbayev University and the School of Science and Humanities uh, use in planning our academic programs, right? So the the message to you is essentially Nazarbayev University and the School of Science and Humanities uh, works to offer students an opportunity to develop skills that will help them achieve both their professional and personal goals, right? So I will make a pause at this point, and we can see if, based on your interest, we should go into more technical details of individual programs, or we can maybe talk more about such things as extracurricular activities on campus and opportunities for students in terms of life on campus, and how we cater not only for academic development but also for kind of everyday functioning of our students on campus. What would be the good next stage? Yeah, Malika?
Yes, okay. So thank you very much, dear Andre. I was waiting, maybe you will add something new or okay.
Okay.
Uh, yes, thank you again, dear viewers, participants. I wanted to mention about also the deadlines because this webinars like it's in the recording, and I wanted to mention if dear viewers, dear participants, if you are interested in undergraduate programs, you have time still to submit your application also by categories. So you can choose the category for in order to get some scholarships or in order to get any like financial support, or you can apply in the regular basis on fee paying. So in order, if you are applying to like the getting the scholarship, the deadline will be until March 27th for local applicants, and until February 27th for international applicants. uh, if you would like to apply in fee paying basis, you have time. For international applicants, they have time until March 27 to send their application form. And for the citizens of Kazakhstan, the deadline for undergraduate programs, June 12th. About the master's programs, so in order to apply for all types of grants, the deadline until December 23. So until the next week, on Monday will be the deadline. For international applicants, for tuition fee paying category. The deadline is March 17th, 2025. For the citizens of Kazakhstan, June 25th. Also, for those who didn't join today's webinar, I wanted to show the just our website, open.nu.edu.kz. So here I will share just a second. Um, So on this website, you can see all the list of our webinars, our recordings of the webinars, all the registration links, and also you can see our previous webinars. The recordings of our webinars are also here, and we also give the information about upcoming events, and also all collected all the useful resources regarding preparations to different exams. And also we gave here different information about all our students departments and collected information about new schools also. So, and you can find the more information here about Nazarbayev University and about how to prepare. And yes, please follow all our webinars, visit our webinars, and see the recordings. And thank you again, dear Andre. So if anyone have any questions, they can send it to our chat box, but for now the chat box is empty. Dear guest, do you have any questions? If you have any questions, so you can raise your hands. If not, that's fine. Okay, thank you for your reactions. So I think that there is no questions, dear Andrei. Maybe you have any questions to me or to the audience, or maybe something to add.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be good to have some kind of back channel from the audience so that we can then better understand what are the questions that are
Yeah.
most interesting. But I would just say that I would invite everyone to go and find more information about our programs. We are always open to respond to your questions. And there is availability of information about individual programs, about the school in general, about university, and about campus, our dorms, our athletic center, which are all state of the art. So don't hesitate to reach out to try to find more about our programs, and also reach out to admissions to find out details about application and other aspects of applying to Nazarbayev University. And I hope to see you all in our classrooms next academic year when you will be among our students.
Thank you, dear professor. Thank you for today's webinar. Thank you for those who joined this webinar. I wish you all good luck, and I'm stopping the recording. Okay. So